thank somebody very special today. Our host here in Raleigh, North Carolina, Ned Yellig. I also want to say thank you so much for being here today and being a part of history. You know, today is a proud time in the history of North Carolina's citizens from all across this state come together to show their solidarity with our union brothers and sisters in Wisconsin. I'm wearing my red and white. How about you? We have the opportunity to capitalize on a moment in time here in North Carolina as we start a revolution for workers' rights today that sweeps the South and even the nation. Warriors sat down at a lunch counter in Greensboro, North Carolina, and demanded that they be treated as equal. Nothing more and nothing less. We come here today and demand that public employees and all workers in our great state and nation be treated as equals. We want to come together united in a framework for a strong union movement of citizens and workers in North Carolina and stand up for civil rights and justice for all people of this great state. You know, in 1959, Wisconsin became the first state in the country to recognize collective bargaining rights for all public workers. In a twist of fate, however, that same year in North Carolina, in response to the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, who were trying to organize the Charlotte Police Force, was passing General Statute 9598 to deny public employees the right to engage in collective bargaining here in our state. Both of those laws still exist today. But Governor Scott Walker of Wisconsin is trying to turn back the hands of time. He wants to restrict and deny collective bargaining rights to public employees in his state. In the meantime, our governor, Beverly Perdue, is telling her corporate buddies that she remains opposed to collective bargaining for workers here. She actually compared North Carolina to the third world for the sake of business recruitment. It almost seems at times that we are battling a monster with one body but two heads. We have a Republican governor in Wisconsin who is trying to blame his budget deficit on public employees. After cutting taxes on corporations in Wisconsin, Governor Walker feels like the difference should be made up by taking public benefits earned by middle-class public employees. And on top of that, he wants to restrict and eliminate the collective bargaining rights of those employees. He wants to deny the fundamental right of employees to assemble and negotiate with their employer. He sees this as an opportunity to hold the unions down and not have to deal with them anymore while he rewards his rich corporate employees. You see, also here in North Carolina, we have a Democratic governor, Bev Perdue. She wants to cut the corporate tax rate to the lowest in the South, while at the same time putting over 3,000 public employees in the unemployment lines. We might recruit 2,000 jobs in the private sector. She wants to put 3,000 middle-class working families in unemployment. Do the transportation workers clearing the roads at 5 a.m. on a holiday not mean anything? Do the correctional officers and highway patrolmen risking their lives every day not mean anything? Are our citizens with special needs not as important to our governor as giving out corporate welfare checks? Should corporations sitting on record profits have no need to be responsible citizens and pay their fair share? Do the people running the corporations not have enough moral principles about themselves that they want to create jobs, or do they just want to feast on lobster and caviar as the unemployment rate stays near 10%? I would submit to you that they have no principles and the workers have no hope today. But it seems at times that the only difference in North Carolina between the two political parties is which corporations and which law firms that they represent. Corporations have bought and paid for them both, unfortunately. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a change! is enough. It makes no difference to me if you're a Democrat, a Republican, an independent, or even a Tea Partier. That makes no difference. You're either for the right of people to assemble and collectively express, promote, pursue, and defend the common interest, or you want to deny that First Amendment right. There is no middle ground. This state is a wonderful place to live. From the mountains to the coast, we have much to be proud of and to treasure. Now we need to have a Genesis moment and lead the way for workers' rights here in the South and in the nation. No longer can we look the other way and say things will get better one day. We must seize the day and start making that day happen right here, right now, on the streets of Raleigh, North Carolina, as we support our brothers and sisters. Let's take pride in North Carolina and let the